What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, check it out. I was going to do the story yesterday, but due to time constraints, I didn't get to it. But this story right here is about the migrant crisis, as they call it, and a lot of stuff that New Yorkers and migrants in New York are going through. And shout out New York, especially New York City. I'm going to talk to you about a situation that supposedly happened in Queens and the Bronx, not simultaneously, but during the same day. And it's about this guy right here. This guy right here is a Senegalese man by the name of Ibou Sarr. He's 47 years old, owns a few businesses, doing his thing out there in Bronx and in Queens. Shout out to both places. This guy got several businesses. This guy has just been caught having an illegal migrant shelter in two different places, one in the Bronx, one in Queens, in which he housed over 100 migrants. Now, the migrants that he's held, that he's been housing illegally, seem like they are of African descent. My issue with this whole situation, which I'll get to in a second after I show you this video, is something I said before. There is profit to be made off of poor people, especially with the desperation that they have. These migrants coming over here, whether we like it or not, they were legally allowed to come into the country, whether they're calling them migrants or illegal migrants. You hear a whole bunch of stuff. They was allowed to come in here, whether we like it or not. Me, I'm indifferent. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people are saying this guy is deemed like a hero. He was doing the right thing. A lot of people are saying the guy was taking advantage of the desperation of some people. I'll explain why I feel what I feel and which side of that fence I'm standing on when we come back after this.
Well, just one day after an illegal migrant shelter was discovered at a business in Queens, a second one has been found in the Bronx.
Well, let's get right to Lizette Nunez. She joins us live from Fordham Heights with the latest on this shocking discovery. Lizette, good morning. What do we know?
Good morning to the both of you. Yeah, these two locations are owned by that exact same owner. We're talking here in the Bronx and also as well as Queens. So the FDNY was called here because of reports of people living inside the cellar as well as e-bikes being stored here.
Nous, on va bien ici.
Right. Okay. He said he don't like it here. He don't like the place, but he don't have no choice.
Through a translator, one of the migrants described what it was like living in an illegal makeshift shelter in the Bronx. This is video from inside of what appears to be a former cell phone store. The FDNY and building inspectors found 34 beds on the first floor and 11 beds in the cellar, all tightly packed together. Inspectors on scene spotted extension cords, e-bikes, space heaters, and hot plates inside of the facility. The migrants also paid rent.
How much were you paying?
300.
A vacate order was issued and the city provided buses to relocate the men to shelters. This marking the second day in a row migrants have been found housed in dangerous conditions in New York City without a permit. The owner of the space is Ibou Sarr, the same person whose furniture store was raided in Queens Tuesday for the exact same thing. Sarr said this in Queens on Tuesday.
Get on their feet. So that was the intention.
Maybe I'm charging them too much money, but still, help them out. So the people could find a place to live. They can't be in the street. It's no good out here.
Neighbors were empathetic towards the migrants, understanding that housing is a challenge as the city continues to grapple with the migrant crisis.
Honestly, it's not fair. That's how I'm looking at it. Y'all not doing that with the other migrants that's attacking people. They're not attacking nobody. They're making a living.
And in a separate interview yesterday, the mayor was asked about this. He said he wasn't so sure if the owner was trying to benefit from this, adding that those who exploit innocent people must be held accountable. That's the latest here in the Bronx. Dan, we'll send things back inside.
Okay, that's the story of Mr. Ibu Sar and him housing these migrants. They done shut these places down, and these people are out of a place to stay, forced to get up and move around and go to various shelters, and it's messed up. They lost their money. They're not going to get that money back. My thing is this: how come this guy ain't get arrested? That's a big venture, especially when it comes to the money he was making. Guys, let me explain something to you. This guy was making, as it stood, if nobody interrupted this whole thing, $313,000 a year. That's more than a brain surgeon, or pushing it with the top brain surgeon. $26,000 a month, 26,000 plus, housing these people. Me personally, I said, why wasn't he arrested? Because that big amount of people, and then the way he had them living in there, a lot of them didn't have access to running water like that, and had to use bathrooms in buckets. The buckets was their bathroom in the same area they was in. That right there make me feel like, you know, and it's just my opinion, I think he was exploiting these people out of their desperation. I'm gonna tell you something. If somebody's feeding you something and you know it's a poison and it's all you got to eat, you will eat it. Same thing with living conditions. You heard the guy, I don't like it, but I ain't got no choice. And I don't even think this is Ibu Sar's fault. He just taking advantage of an opportunity that was presented in front of him to where he can make money off of people in desperation. This is what America is about, capitalization. This is a capitalistic society. Whether you like it or not, people capitalize off the fear, off of the need, desperation, and other things that people need for a price. We all do it. I'm a business owner. I provide a service that people desperately need that I capitalize off from my expertise. So nobody's no different than the next person, but I just want to show you the situation. This guy took advantage of an opportunity. What he did, morally wrong to me? In a way, yeah. Some people are claiming he's a hero and he did this and that. Okay. A lot of people that are saying that won't have a migrant in their home. And that's bring me to the next point. This is not, like I said, this is not his fault. This is America's fault. Y'all push these people out here. Yeah, bring them in. Sanctuary cities, handle it. We got trust in you. You can do it. Now, all of a sudden, we got this mass exodus of people from other nations coming from different countries, coming here and just forced to just sit around until you feel like you want to get to them. Now this thing that got bigger than you had thought. Now you're telling people, oh, well, take some people into your house. It's not our problem to fix this fuck up that y'all did. This was pushed on everybody here. Whether it affects us, you know, directly or indirectly. And there's nothing wrong with these people because these are people. But the planning was totally out of order. And it shouldn't be pushed on the laps of anybody that is struggling themselves here. That's real. That is real. I have nothing to do with these people. They have a chance at, you know, to live life monthly just like I do. They was born from womb of woman just like me. How am I better than them? This guy right here, he got businesses. He know how to do paperwork. He might have set up something that have made it lucrative for him and got state funding to set up the thing right. He had the space. You pack these people in here like sardines. $300 a pop. Can't get that as rent anywhere. Put them in a position where it was an uphill battle. They would have had to climb as just humans, period, in America. They talking about the economy still messed up, right? And they trying to get inflation down. But you bring an influx of a whole bunch of people in here that would need a bunch of aid and all that stuff that would further mess up the economy. It makes no sense. This game, this whole thing is game, man. What's messed up, the biggest victims is these people. They've been exploited once from Mr. Ibu Sar, in my opinion, and they've been let down by coming over here and being promised something and then forced to sit. Like I told you, the crime thing, it's going to get worse. These are men sitting around, not knowing when their next meal coming from, getting frustrated with the system. Like a lot of us that are over here are getting frustrated with the system. A lot of people in low-income areas that are frustrated with the system, they do what? They lash out, commit crimes. They're angry at somebody. Hell, I committed my crime because I was angry. Felt as though I didn't deserve what I was getting in life at that time. It wasn't my fault. I felt as though the state did me wrong. All the taxes I paid. I can sympathize with certain things people do sometimes, but man, this is stupid. This is dumb. I don't know what the ulterior motive or the agenda is by pushing all of these people in these places and then having them sit and being slow rolled by paperwork for them to even get out and get a running start, or putting them on the laps of other people that are struggling themselves. I don't understand this. I honestly think this man was wrong. And it's under the guise of, oh, I was doing a good thing. I was doing come on, man. Come on, bro. You're a business owner. You know how commerce works over here, the economy works, relationships between people. That was a come up for you. That was a lick that you was hitting. You had people in your furniture store in the basement. Some of them were sleeping in the store. I don't know if that was in the Queens or the Bronx, one of them locations. Then the other one in a vacant storefront where you had the protective slats down when nobody could see them. But you pushing so many people in there because you agreed. You can't even make the whole thing look nonchalant. At the furniture store, guys, and another thing, the neighbors are ones called the cops and complained because they said it was nonstop noise at night. People was running in and out. You know what I mean? People hanging out in front of the place because it's a shelter. Ain't nobody going to sit in cramped conditions. They're going to want to get out and get air. The vacant storefront, they said there was a bunch of e-bikes lined up. The stores is closed. Why the e-bikes here? Bunch of extension cords running different ways. Dead giveaway. Dead giveaway. Can't tell me he didn't, you tell these people, hey, don't do that, don't this. He ain't give a damn. Up, get him out, boom, next batch in. Can't pay my rent, oh, gotta go, next person in. Nobody wants to sleep out on the street. They pulled these people out yesterday. It was raining when this first aired. Raining, it's still cold. Don't nobody want to be in that? This is the craziest thing, man. It's the craziest thing. But I'm gonna end it on that, man. I mean, regardless if some people don't like the migrants, I don't know why. I mean, but they're here. You know what I mean? I'm not letting nobody in my house I don't know or anything like that. And like, it just cracks me up how the government is, we're handling it. No, you're not. No, you're not. Then you got states asking for help, telling people to bring people in the house. And then like we're seeing all this news where migrants are committing crimes and people are frustrated. No, it's not our fault. We didn't make this bed, but we forced a lie in it. We need to be the other way around. Somebody dropped the ball and they need to pick it up. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.